Okay, so originally I was gonna do something, but doing a little video for now. Okay, so I am doing a video. Possibly maybe this is a part 1 video. This video is like I will say tips, tricks, and keys to making a good fangan. But I do want to say this. I'm not here to, how can I say this? Sorry, might be unscripted, but I mean, it's kind of script, but not really scripted the way I was hoping to. So I'm not like, before I start, I'm not making this video to attack anybody. I'm not making this video to act superior. And I want to say that there's no correct way to make a fangan. But after watching the communities and other fangans, that seeing some successful projects, cancel projects, toxic communities, and creators that burn themselves out, I think there's things that people need to hear before making a fangan story. Because a fangan does not mean it's just cool executions and fun characters. A fangan's talking about an actual story, that the idea of a killing game that's happening. Before I start, there will be a lot of spoilers from any series that I'm going to mention. So I guess get ready. So the first topic I want to talk about is the atmosphere. The atmosphere of the killing game. Now, there's one thing I did notice in many fangans is that they immediately jump into a bright, colorful, cheery tone. And if you don't understand what I'm saying is, people usually use the theme of bright pop school vibe. You know, like, it's a nice school, everyone's happy, friendly, or something like that, but once you put it in a killing game, you're expecting like, oh, this is comfort, oh, maybe I know this person, oh, I should meet this person. But that kind of ruins the point of the killing game. Because, here, let's think of an actual situation. Pretend Danganronpa was real. You got kidnapped, you woke up in an unfamiliar place. You're surrounded by strangers you have never met before. You can't contact your family, you cannot leave, and you don't know who trapped you here, and you don't know where you are. Eventually, you learn that people are expected to kill each other. Now then, I want to ask you this question. After being kidnapped and being with a bunch of other strangers, where you have no idea where you are, would you think the first instinct that you should be comfortable and act fine around here? No, you shouldn't be fine. Because being kidnapped is not normal. It's supposed to be horrifying. Fear should exist immediately. People you don't know feel like you don't even trust them. Some people will panic and isolate themselves. Some will become aggressive and desperately try to take control. Because knowing a killing game, this is not a normal situation. That's why the atmosphere and theme matters. To be honest, if you think of being in someone else's shoes, you got kidnapped, you should not feel normal or anything. There is some reasons why. I do respect some projects, but there's some series like Tetro, Danganronpa, and Kumitaten Old School Squatter. They understand serious when waking up in a trap with strangers. In Tetro Pink, they focus on escaping because no one here is doing that risk of killing someone alive. Kumimitata, on the other hand, have stress. People who you want to rely and feel comfortable with. I think more fangans should experiment with darker and more serious tones. But I don't want like an edgy or dark for shock value. I'm talking about emotionally serious. Because death should matter, fear should matter, and trauma should matter. Because if someone dies and everybody goes back to joking around like nothing has happened, that tension disappears. That's what I want to talk about the atmosphere. Also, I do want to suggest finding, if you want to like, how about this? I think fangans should stop relying so heavily on school settings. Schools are iconic to Danganronpa, but they're overly used. A killing game can happen anywhere. Just like the Yohat they used of Tetro. The Kanagawa Futuristic Technology Institute. Anything can taken into a killing game. A mall, a cruise ship, amusement park, or anything. The setting itself can be a part of the horror. the horror experience. You should stop asking how to make a Danganronpa series. You should start asking yourself, how do I create an experience people will remember? Okay, truth be told, I had to write most of this down so I can like easily read what I can understand. I can easily speak out more so you guys can understand. Now then, maybe I can move on to the next subject, which is the characters. And no, I'm not talking about the personalities yet. I'm talking about the ages and lore and responsibilities. Most fangans use the cast, and some of them are entirely like minors. Personally, I think the creators should consider fangan creators should use a cast that everyone's an adult. Because I'm not saying it's just to make an adult safe experience. I'm saying that most character lores involve characters who have pretty bad experience with under the age of 18. That's what I'm trying to say. I've seen the auditions of Project Eden's Garden, and seeing how the roles between 16 years to older, I feel like that's not. I think that was a red flag. That was a red flag that we should have seen. And to be honest, I think most of creating a project, I think you had to make sure all the people who you're working with are adults. Because truth be told, I only see fangans. Some of them are minors, and I'm not a fan of those. Usually people would tend to do fetishes of them, and I prefer an adult cast because it feels more safer. So, and honestly, I would want to see a cast that does not allow minors in. Now, not just for the ages for the character, but also the lore itself. When it comes to the lore, I would say the lore shouldn't be anything like. When you write a character, I suggest not to do anything like offensive stereotypes, something that makes them look too dangerous, or something that considered to be disrespectful or offensive. The characters in the lore and all that stuff, I'm gonna say, if you're becoming a fangan writer, you are responsible for what you write. Anything that happens with a character, shock value does not work. It does not. This is the main. I think responsibility is the main video. So another thing is about a community. That involves responsibility, because again, you're responsible for your own fangan. Now, so I see an incident where people casting VAs even though they haven't been casted or brought to their attention. When it comes to a community or a big project with other people, you must set an example and show how much you actually cared, rather than just, you can't consider people as tools. Consider them as tools or replaceable machines. They're people are giving their time and energy to help you bring your vision to life. I've seen a lot of cases of those, especially with the Tetro community, because the most important thing is that respect matters, communication matters, along with professionalism. Because since this is your fangan in your community, you started this. You're the one who's talking to them, and you're the one who's making the plans and ideas. If anything goes wrong, the fault is on you. Now, I think that's most I can cover up for today, or for this video. I will talk about more ideas for making a fangan, but again, that'll be in another video. I consider this video for a responsibility, so to understand the fangans in the community, learn their mistakes and how to avoid them. Learn to respect and those who are willing to help you. I guess that's all I foresee for now, so stay safe.